Hello everybody, it's getting the early part of the year and I have to zero my rifle, and I thought I'd take this opportunity to show you guys how you use your target turrets on your scope. I get a lot of emails on how you use this to shoot at targets at distance, and I'm going to show you how to set it up from your zero on to shooting at targets at range. Okay, now that we've fired our shots and we got a zero, I had to make a small adjustment from where it was last year, and now I'm going to show you how to reset your turrets, or your turrets I should say, to your zero mark. All tactical scopes of this type will reset to zero in some way, whether it be an Allen key on top. Some have three that go along the side here. But you want to reset your elevation and your windage to a zero number, which is basically your starting point. From here on, this will be your reference that you use to dial for any long-range shot. In most scopes, right in front here, you'll have what's called come-up lines. And this is a mental note. You can write it down, whatever you need to do. But this is a reference of your zero mark. I can actually turn past my zero mark and be one complete revolution off. And anytime I need to check and say, okay, I need to see if my scope is still on zero, I can look at my come-up lines, and for my particular scope, I have three come-up lines to the number zero. Now I know my rifle is zeroed, and now I know I have a good starting point for any long-range shot I'm going to make. Okay, now cut it. Okay, now that you got your rifle zeroed, you can see I got my zero mark right here, which is my number zero line. Then I got a line for 1 minute of angle, and then a 2 mark over here for 2 minute of angle. Well, my rifle is currently zeroed, but this is not where I want my scope to be zeroed at. So what I need to do is, this particular scope has got a single Allen key that goes up on top. You'll loosen both the top and bottom. And once you do that, you lift up on the cap, and you can take this cap and spin it back to your zero mark. Now, I got a line here that's lined up with my zero mark. Now you'll push your turret back down and lock it back down. I'm going to do the same for the windage over here. Pull it out, reset it to zero, push it in, lock it down. This particular scope is convenient because I have these little wheels here, which you don't see on a lot of scopes. This actually, with the quarter turn, I can lock the turrets so they won't turn, and I can unlock them so I can use them. Now see, now if anytime I need to dial for a shot, I always know that back to my zero, lock it down, my rifle's zeroed again back at 100 yards. Now what I'm going to do is we're going to take this out to a 600 yard steel plate, and I'm going to show you what I have with this particular gun. Every gun will be the same but different in its own unique ways. And I'll show you what I do to shoot a steel plate at 600 yards. Okay, here we are back at the 600 yard steel. Now as you can see, my rifle is still set on the zero mark, and what we're essentially going to do is dial and compensate for the bullet drop. And essentially is what you're doing is you're re-zeroing your rifle to the target you're going to shoot at. Now for this particular rifle with this particular load, at 600 yards, I have 9 minute of angle of drop. Now, each number represents a minute of angle. So if I go to here to this line, that's 1 minute of angle. This is 2. Now if I come over here and spin to this line right here, which is in between the 8 and 10, I'm at 9 minute of angle of drop. Now, we got a very light breeze. I don't think it's going to be enough to worry about at this range. I did dial for spin drift, which is only a half minute of angle, not a whole lot. And this is essentially what you do. Now at this point, you don't have to do any kind of Kentucky windage. You don't have to hold over and try to guess your bullet drop as the bullet arcs in. You're going to put the center of the crosshair right where you want the bullet to go. So in this case, I have a piece of steel. It's about 12 inches by 10 inches. And I'm going to put the cross center of the crosshairs right on the steel. And shoot at the target that way. And there we have it. 600 yards, and we're done. And I also wanted to take a quick second. There's a link I'm going to put up on the screen right now, and there's a video where I shot the same target sitting from an unsupported position. I've had a couple of people ask me how I did that and was able to hold steady enough, and I'm going to show you. Some of you really big, stocky guys are going to have a hard time getting into this position. It doesn't require for you to be really flexible, but it does require for you to be slightly limber. And this is essentially it. Everybody knows about sitting Indian style, and I actually stumbled across this shooting position and then find out later that it's actually called a modified Indian position. And essentially what you're going to do is you're going to keep your ankles crossed and get your knees up. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my left arm and kind of rest my knee pad on the bicep right here in my shoulder and bring my forearm back. And I'm going to rest the forearm of the stock right in here. Now at this point, this is kind of the center weight of the rifle, so it's fairly balanced. Now the trick is you got to bring your shoulder into the front and still be able to get your head down to look through this position. And essentially, you're going to use your other elbow on your other knee. Now lock yourself down in this very weird pretzel type position, and you'd be surprised how steady you can hold. And I've shot 3 for 3 sitting from this position at 600 yards. I haven't shot any further, but I do have confidence that I could probably get out to 800. And after there, I would start dwindling in my percentage of the ability to be able to hit the target. But you can see, especially out here, we got a lot of this tall grass, and I'm not going to always be able to lay prone and shoot, especially in a hunting type situation it's always good to practice a sitting position like this where you can get above the grass and above obstacles that might block your line of sight from what you might be shooting at. If you have any questions, you can email me. My email is sean@longrangeshooter.com. That's S-E-A-N, not S-H-A-W-N. Hope you guys have a good day. Good luck.